Welcome to Hebrew 2. We're reading today Jeremiah 31 to 34, and of course Ezekiel 36:22 through 36 is kind of the fuller reading of that. So this will give us kind of the preliminary. This is the only passage in the Old Testament that explicitly uses the term New Covenant. Maybe implied in other passages, but this is the verbatim text, and so that's why we want to read it today. Some things to notice. Behold, the days are coming. So this is your participial ending for an irregular verb, bo. The days are coming, says the Lord, and I will cut, and then at we usually know as the definite direct object marker, but here it's with. I will cut with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah a Berith Hadashah, a new covenant. And it will not be like the covenant which I cut with their forefathers. So unusual feminine ending for the masculine word fathers. A little strange there. There are a handful of words that do that. In the day when I took them by the hand, this is going to be a hifil, to bring them out, another hifil, kind of mimicking that preface to the Ten Commandments, when I took them by the hand to bring them out from the land of Egypt, which they violated, broke. I think that word often is used, or maybe used in the context of marriage. Help if I pulled up the right. It's it is a geminate where the second and third are the same, which they declared invalid. Which they destroyed. I may be wrong there about that word. Similar word. All right. Which they invalidated my covenant, and I was married with them, says the Lord. This is the covenant which I will cut with the house of Israel after the days, after those days. So that's always how you say it, Hebrew. Says the Lord, I will give my Torah in the midst of them. And Bakir Baki in David's create in me a clean heart, O God, and Bakir Bakim in Ezekiel, all those passages are together connected with this one, in their midst, and on their heart I will write it, and they will be to me or I will be to them for an Elohim. Of course, that's verbatim in Ezekiel. And they will be to me for a people. And they will not teach anymore a man with his companion and a man with his brother, saying, know the Lord, because all of them, so that's your sufformative with coal, and I guess this form of influences the coal to be cool. All of them will know me, from their little one to their great one, says the Lord, when I forgive their evils, evil singular, and their sin, I will Piel, remember no more. So great passage, of course, background to Ezekiel 36. So I encourage you to read it carefully, translate it before you do the quiz. And then also we're doing Psalm 1. So a lot of people look at this as one of the two doors to the Psalter. Some call this the Torah door, and the Psalm 2 the prophetic door. I probably subscribe to that idea. There is an inclusio 1:1 that ends in 2:12 with this term blessed. And in Greek, this is the same way the Beatitudes start. So a lot of biblical theology going on here. And so it says, oh, the blessings of the man who, and then there's a big debate about how to do this. Most modern translations will say, who does not walk. And if I just pull this up here, we'll do Psalm 1. Who walks not, who does not walk. You can see that's kind of the standard. Who walketh not, who refuse evil, and some even make it plural. But the interesting thing is that all the ancient translations, the Vulgate, the Septuagint, they follow this literally, and I think even the Targum follows it, because this is a perfect. And so normally you would say, who has not walked in the counsel of the wicked, in the way of sinners, has not stood, and in the seat of scoffers did not sit. These are all perfect. And it makes me wonder if this isn't pointing to the ultimate righteous man, Christ. 2, Ki'im, rather, in the Torah of the Lord is his delight, and on his Torah he meditates. Of course, this is going to be picked up in 2, where the peoples are meditating on emptiness, but he meditates on his Torah day and night. He will be like the tree planted by the streams of water. And of course, this is an echo of the Eden passage. It's an echo of his future echo, I guess Ezekiel 47, the echo of this. And even in the New Testament, the tree of life. And the passage where God is this tree of life, I think it's in Jeremiah. He will be like a tree planted by the streams of water, which its fruit it gives in its time. Its leaf does not wither, Nabal, become foolish. Everything which he does, he causes to prosper. Not so the wicked. Notice we've gone from the individual blesses to the plural. The wicked rather are like the chaff which the ruach drives it away. Therefore, wicked people will not stand in the judgment, and sinners in the congregation of the righteous, because the Lord is knowing, and I think they're probably in the sense of approving, the way of righteous people, but the way of wicked people, it will perish. So really interesting couple of readings we have today. These are a little less than the ones we've been tackling. That's by design so that you can begin to start studying for the final exam. So that's what I have for you today, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.